Hello, my name is Stefan Wintermeyer. In the last couple of days, everybody talked about accelerated mobile pages or AMP. So today I'd like to show you how to create AMP pages within Ruby on Rails. Let me start the new Rails project. Test 1. Into test 1, and let me use this terminal to fire up a Rails server. One quick check. Localhost 3000, and we are good. So I start with page controller and let me first copy an image into the asset directory and created a bit of content here. Boiling water. And because we are using the asset pipeline, I can use the image tag here. And I'm good. So page index, and here we are, boiling water and the photo. So if we want to create an AMP version of that, we have to look at the AMP project GitHub page. There's a ton of information here, and we want to start with the format specifications. So here is specified what you can use, what you can't use. It's not very complicated, but it's different than normal HTML. So you really have to read it. Let me use this example and let me customize it for our purpose. So I copy that and open the application HTML ERB and just paste it here. So what we don't need from the old code is the style sheet stuff and the JavaScript stuff, because we can't use a JavaScript and we will inline the style sheets. We do need this here, so let me move it here somewhere, and of course we need the yield. Let's move that here, and we don't need this stuff here. That's the example from the AMP page. We're going to okay, that's it. We can delete the rest. Let's have a look. You see, we need to have a different header, and the HTML has this nifty character here. First thing is we have to add this canonical because AMP needs it, and that's in case you have different versions, like an AMP version and a normal version. This would link to the normal version, but because we only have one version for this example purpose, we have to link to this URL. And we can do this with request original URL. Let me request original URL. So we are good on we're good here. here you can set the CSS, which has to be inland here, at least for the CSS which is in the above the fold part. Let's just test it. Reload the page. Yeah, we see the different CSS, so it's working. Let me start the JavaScript console and let's have a look how we can debug it. It has the library has a built-in validation tool, which we can use by adding this to the URL, and it tells us that we cannot use the image tag. So we're using the image tag to include the image here. We can't with AMP. We have to look for the built-in core stuff of AMP, and here you see there's an AMP image, so we have to use this. It uses the same attributes as the image tag, so it's not a big deal, but because let me use page index, because we use the image tag helper here, we have to do it a little bit different. We have to use the asset path helper. So AMP image source asset path JPEG, and AMP wants us to add the width and the height, otherwise it wouldn't work. So let's reload the document. There must be error somewhere. I forgot this one here. Okay, let's reload again. Yeah, here we are. Now we have a valid document, but we have to change it a bit. This part here is a schema description of the content, but it doesn't make any sense to have one schema description in the application HTML EIB. We would prefer to set that in the index HTML EIB file. So let me delete it. Let me delete it here and open the other view. And let me come back to that in a moment and add some code here to include it once we set it in the other file. We check for if content for how can we call it, schema info, and if that exists, we can reuse it here. So let me save that, and now we have to define it here, so we can use content for schema info, and of course we have to add it here. And let's add a little bit information here. Boiling water, and let's assume we have this thumbnail image. So now We reload the page. Oops. I forgot to do. It's easy to fix. Okay. Now we are good. Let's have a look at the source code. Okay, you see it's not formatted nicely, but you get the idea. We created this content in the page index part, but we use it in the application HTML EIB. So to do that, we need to use the content for and yield mechanism. So that's pretty much it. Our first AMP page, very straightforward, not a big deal. Obviously AMP is work in progress, so you want to check this page when you start a new project, and you want to use the newest version, and have a look in the built-in mechanisms. Okay, have fun with AMP, and see you in the next screencast. Bye.